My child, stop for a moment and listen carefully. This message did not find you by accident. You were guided here for a reason. Out of all the voices you could be listening to right now, somehow you are here, hearing these words, at the exact moment your heart needed them most. I know you've been tired, not just physically tired, but soul tired. The kind of exhaustion that no sleep can fix. The kind you carry quietly while still trying to smile for everyone else. You've been strong for too long. You've been holding things together while secretly falling apart inside. And there were moments when you wondered if anyone truly noticed your pain at all. But I did. I saw every tear you tried to hide. I heard every prayer you whispered in silence. I watched the nights when your mind would not rest. When fear, disappointment, and sadness kept circling inside your heart. Even when nobody else understood what you were carrying, I understood. Even when you felt abandoned, you were never alone. My child, hear me clearly now. This pain was never sent to destroy you. What you are going through is not the end of your story, and the heaviness you've been carrying will not last forever. I know there were days when you felt like giving up, days when your faith became weak, days when you smiled in front of others, while silently asking, Lord, how much longer? And still, you kept going. That matters more than you realize. The fact that you are still here, still breathing, still searching for hope, tells me that your spirit has not given up. Deep inside you, even after all the disappointment, there is still a small part of your heart believing that something can change. And my child, it can. Right now, something is already beginning to shift. You may not fully see it yet. You may not understand it yet. But I am already moving in ways you cannot imagine. The tears you cried were not wasted. The waiting was not meaningless. The silence was not abandonment. I was with you through all of it. Listen carefully, because what I'm about to reveal to you may completely change the way you see this season of your life. Before this message is over, your heart will begin to understand why you had to walk through this pain, and why your story is far from finished. My child, I need you to understand something deeply tonight. The world may have seen your smile, but I saw the pain behind it. Others may have thought you were doing fine, but I heard the silent battles inside your mind that you never spoke about out loud. I know how heavy this season has been for you. I saw you lying awake at night, exhausted but unable to rest because your thoughts would not stop racing. I saw the moments when fear quietly wrapped around your heart, the moments when you tried to stay strong for everyone else while secretly wondering who would be strong for you. You carried burdens you never deserved to carry. You kept showing up, even when your soul felt empty. You kept encouraging others while silently needing encouragement yourself. And my child, that loneliness you felt, I felt it too. I know there were times when you sat in a crowded room and still felt completely alone. Times when you wanted someone to notice that you were hurting without having to explain it. Times when you wished somebody would simply look into your eyes and say, I know you're tired. I know. I know about the tears that fell after everyone else went to sleep. I know about the thoughts you tried to push away during the day. I know about the disappointment you buried so deeply inside your heart because you were afraid of falling apart completely. But hear me clearly now. You were never abandoned in those moments. Even in the silence, I was there. When you cried in the dark, I stayed beside you. When your heart was breaking and nobody noticed, I noticed. When you felt weak and emotionally drained, I never turned away from you. My child, you do not have to pretend with me. You do not have to fake strength in my presence. You do not have to hide your exhaustion. You do not have to smile while secretly hurting inside. I already see the real you, and I still love you completely. I love the version of you that feels tired. I love the version of you that feels confused. I love the version of you that sometimes struggles to keep believing. Because even through all this pain, you kept going. You may not realize it, but every time you chose to wake up and continue, that was strength. Every time you kept hoping after disappointment, that was faith. Every time you fought through another difficult day without giving up completely, I saw it. And I am proud of you, my child. So breathe for a moment now. Let your heart slow down. You do not have to carry all of this alone anymore. Because the pain you've been hiding so deeply, the pain nobody else fully understood, I have seen every part of it. And before this season is over, you will finally understand that I never stopped holding you through it all. Now, my child, before we go any further, I want you to do something simple with me. If your heart still believes that God has not abandoned you, even after everything you've been through, then type, God is with me. And if you're still holding on, even by a thread, comment, I will not give up, because I want you to understand something important right now. The fact that you are still listening, still searching, still hoping, means your spirit is stronger than the pain that tried to break you. You may feel tired, you may feel uncertain, but you are still here, and that matters more than you know. So, take a deep breath, my child, because what I'm about to show you next will help you understand why this painful season was never meant to destroy you, but to prepare you for something greater than you can currently see. My child, listen carefully to me now. I know there were moments when you thought this pain meant I had forgotten you. Moments when the closed doors, the delays, and the disappointments made you wonder if your prayers were being ignored. But hear me clearly. What hurt you was not always sent to destroy you. Much of it was preparing you. You saw rejection. I saw protection. You saw delay. I saw timing. You saw confusion. But I was building something deeper inside of you that could not be built any other way. My child, some doors had to close because they were leading you toward greater pain. Some people had to leave because they could not go where I am taking you. Some prayers were not answered because what you asked for was far smaller than what I planned to give you later. I know you did not understand it at the time. When you cried over what was ending, when you begged me to fix things immediately, when you wondered why life suddenly became so heavy, you could not yet see what I could see. I was protecting your future. There are battles you never saw because I fought them for you in silence. There are situations that would have broken your spirit completely if I had allowed you to walk into them. And even though the waiting hurt, even though the loneliness felt unbearable at times, I never stopped working behind the scenes of your life. My child, pain changes people, but not all pain destroys. Some pain awakens. Some pain strengthens. Some pain deepens your soul in ways comfort never could. The person you are becoming now is not the same person you were before this season began. You are stronger than you realize, wiser than before, more compassionate, more sensitive to the pain of others, more aware of what truly matters. Hear me carefully. The storm did not destroy you because I never allowed it to have the final word over your life. Yes, there were nights when you felt weak. Yes, there were moments when fear sat heavily on your chest. Yes, there were days when you questioned everything, but you survived them. And that survival is not meaningless. Every tear taught you something. Every disappointment pushed your roots deeper. Every difficult season stretched your faith beyond what felt comfortable. I was building endurance inside you. I was teaching your heart how to stand even when life felt uncertain. I was shaping a strength inside you that could not be created through easy seasons alone. My child, listen carefully. Seeds grow deepest in dark places before anyone ever sees the fruit. And right now, even if your life still feels uncertain, your roots are growing. Your spirit is growing. Your future is quietly being prepared beneath the surface. So do not hate this season completely. One day you will look back and realize that some of the moments that hurt you the most were also the moments that transformed you the deepest. You thought you were being buried, but I was planting you. You thought everything was falling apart, but I was building a foundation that would not collapse in the storms ahead. And soon, my child, very soon, you will begin to see why the pain you feared would destroy you was actually preparing you for the life I always intended for you. Now, my child, I want you to pause for a moment and breathe deeply. Do not rush past what I am speaking into your heart right now, because I know waiting has been difficult for you. I know there were moments when you questioned my timing, moments when you wondered why your breakthrough seemed delayed while everyone else appeared to move forward, moments when your heart quietly whispered, Lord, when will it finally be my turn? And yet, even in the waiting, I was still working. So, if you are willing to trust me even before you see the full picture, if you believe that what feels delayed is still being prepared in divine timing, then type, Lord, I trust your timing. And if your heart is ready to stop fighting the process and start believing that something greater is ahead, comment, God is preparing me. Because, my child, what is coming into your life will require the strength, wisdom, and faith that this season has been building inside of you. And very soon, you will begin to see that I was never making you wait without purpose. My child, can you feel it? Something inside you is beginning to change. Not everything around you has shifted yet, but something within your spirit is slowly waking up again. The heaviness that once consumed your thoughts every single day will not remain forever. The fear that tried to convince you that nothing would ever improve is beginning to lose its power over you. Hear me clearly now. I am already moving behind the scenes of your life, even when you cannot see it, even when nothing looks different yet, even when your prayers still seem unanswered. I am working in places your eyes cannot reach. There are conversations being aligned for your future. There are doors quietly being prepared. There are connections, opportunities, healing moments, and breakthroughs slowly moving into position at the exact time they are meant to arrive. My child, not everything happens loudly. Some of the greatest miracles begin silently. Right now, while you are worrying, I am arranging. While you are doubting, I am building. While you are exhausted, I am strengthening you in ways you do not fully understand yet. And soon, you will look back and realize that the season you thought was empty was actually full of hidden preparation. Listen carefully. The peace you have been praying for is coming back. Not temporary peace, not a momentary escape from stress, but a deeper peace, the kind that settles into your soul and remains even when life is uncertain around you. You are going to breathe easier again. You are going to smile without forcing it again. You are going to wake up one morning and realize the weight on your chest is no longer crushing you the way it once did. Healing is already beginning, maybe slowly, maybe quietly, but it is happening. The version of you that constantly lived in fear will not remain forever. The version of you that expected disappointment everywhere will begin to soften again. The version of you that felt emotionally numb after so much pain will slowly start feeling hope again. My child, do not ignore the small signs. The moments of unexpected peace. The sudden calm in the middle of chaos. The strength to keep going another day. The feeling that maybe, just maybe, your story is not over yet. That is not meaningless. That is me reminding you that darkness does not last forever. I know there were moments when you believed nothing would ever change. Moments when your future looked blurry and uncertain. Moments when you felt stuck between exhaustion and disappointment. But hear me carefully now. You are closer to your breakthrough than you realize. Do not let temporary pain convince you that permanent hopelessness is your future. Do not let one difficult season define your entire life. And do not mistake silence for absence. I have not stopped moving. Even now, pieces are coming together that you cannot yet see. Even now, I am restoring parts of your heart you thought would never heal. Even now, I am preparing you for a version of life that will feel lighter, clearer, and more peaceful than what you are currently experiencing. My child, very soon, you will understand why I asked you to keep holding on. Very soon, the confusion will begin to make sense. Very soon, the same heart that once felt exhausted will begin to feel hope rising again, because this season is not ending in destruction. It is leading you toward transformation. My child, if your heart is still open to receiving peace after everything you've walked through, then I want you to do something simple right now. Right. Amen. I still believe. And if you feel God slowly healing the parts of you that pain once tried to harden, comment, my season is changing. Do not be ashamed of your hope. Do not apologize for believing again, because the same God who carried you through your darkest nights is still guiding you now. And what is beginning to unfold in your life may be quieter than you expected, but it is far more powerful than you realize. My child, listen carefully to what I am about to tell you next. Not everyone around you will understand the season you are entering. Some people only knew the version of you that was wounded. Some only recognized you when you were exhausted, broken, and unsure of yourself. But now, I am beginning to restore your spirit, and not everyone will understand that transformation. So protect your peace. You do not need to explain every step of your healing to everyone around you. You do not need to announce every blessing before it fully arrives. Some things grow stronger in silence. A seed does not break through the soil the moment it is planted. Its roots must first grow deep where nobody can see them. And in the same way, I am developing something inside you quietly before the world sees the fruit of it. My child, be careful who you allow to speak into your spirit during this season. Not every voice carries peace. Not every opinion carries wisdom. Some people speak from fear. Some speak from jealousy. Some speak from their own brokenness. And if you are not careful, their noise can make you doubt the very healing I am trying to bring into your life. So when something steals your peace, pause. When a voice fills you with fear and confusion, step back. When people pressure you to rush ahead before you are ready, breathe and come back to me. Because I do not lead you through panic. I lead you through peace. Hear me clearly now. Some relationships had to change because they could not follow you into your next season. Some people were assignments, not permanent companions. Some were lessons. Some were preparation. Some helped shape you for a season of your life, but they were never meant to stay forever. And that is not rejection. That is redirection. I know it hurt watching certain connections fade. I know it hurt realizing some people did not truly understand your heart the way you hoped they would. But my child, do not cling to what I am gently asking you to release. You cannot fully receive peace while holding tightly to what continuously drains your spirit. This season is about healing, about clarity, about learning how to hear my voice more clearly than the noise around you. So spend less time chasing validation from people who cannot see your worth. Spend less time comparing your journey to everyone else's path. And stop believing you are behind simply because your life looks different from someone else's. Your timing is different because your purpose is different. Listen carefully. The quiet season you are in right now is not empty. It is sacred. I am teaching you discernment. I am teaching you peace. I am teaching you how to protect your heart, instead of giving every part of yourself away to people who do not know how to value it. And my child, one day you will thank me for the doors I closed, the distractions I removed, and the people I separated from your path. Because eventually you will realize that some things had to leave your life so your healing could finally begin. My child, before we continue, I want to take a quiet moment to thank every person who has allowed these messages to become part of their healing journey. If these words have brought peace into your heart, if they have helped you feel less alone during difficult nights, if they have reminded you that God is still near even in painful seasons, thank you for being here. This community is more than just a channel. It is a place where hurting hearts come to breathe again, to find hope again, and to remember that they are deeply loved by God. And for those who choose to support these messages through Super Thanks, thank you from the bottom of our hearts. Your kindness helps these daily words of encouragement continue reaching people who are silently struggling and desperately needing hope. You may never fully realize how one act of support, one comment, or one shared message can touch someone who feels forgotten tonight. So thank you, my child, for being part of this journey of healing, faith, and peace. Now, take a deep breath and stay close, because what God wants to reveal next may touch a part of your heart that has been hurting quietly for a very long time. My child, there is something I need to heal inside you now, something you have carried quietly for far too long. You have spent so much time believing that your pain made you less worthy, less lovable, less valuable. Somewhere along the way, disappointment convinced you that something was wrong with you. The rejection, the failures, the heartbreak, the prayers that seemed unanswered, they slowly planted lies deep inside your heart. Lies that said, you are not enough. You are too broken. You will never truly heal. You will never be fully loved. But hear me clearly now, my child. Those lies never came from me. I have never once looked at you with shame. Not once. Even in your weakest moments. Even in the moments you felt emotionally exhausted, confused, or spiritually lost, I never stopped loving you completely. You may see your flaws first, but I see your heart. I see the kindness you still carried after being hurt. I see the compassion you still gave others even while your own soul felt empty. I see the way you kept trying, even after disappointment tried to convince you to stop believing altogether. And my child, that matters deeply to me. Listen carefully now. You are not broken beyond repair. You are not forgotten. You are not unwanted. You are not a mistake. You are someone I have carried through every painful chapter of your life. You are someone I stayed beside when nobody else knew how deeply you were hurting. You are someone I continue choosing again and again, even on the days you struggle to choose yourself. So, stop speaking over your life with words I never spoke over you. Stop calling yourself hopeless when I still see purpose in you. Stop calling yourself weak when you survived battles that nearly crushed your spirit. Stop calling yourself unworthy when I created you with love, intention, and care. My child, I know what life has tried to take from you. It tried to steal your peace, your confidence, your trust, your joy, your ability to believe good things could still happen for you. But I am restoring those things now, piece by piece. Healing does not always happen all at once. Sometimes it happens quietly, slowly, gently, like sunlight returning after a long storm. And even now, while you listen to these words, I am softening the places inside you that pain hardened. I am touching the wounds you tried to hide from everyone else. I am reminding your soul that you are still worthy of love, peace, healing, and joy. My child, you do not need to become perfect before I can bless your life. You do not need to have every fear healed before I stay close to you. You do not need to pretend to be strong every moment of every day. I already know the real you, the tired you, the anxious you, the overwhelmed you, the version of you that sometimes cries in silence and wonders if life will ever feel lighter again. And I still love you completely. Not a smaller love, not a temporary love, not a fragile love that disappears the moment you struggle. A steady love, a patient love, a healing love. My child, please hear this deeply tonight. Your pain may have wounded you, but it does not define you. Your past does not define you. Your mistakes do not define you. The opinions of people who misunderstood you do not define you. I define you, and I call you loved. I call you chosen. I call you valuable. I call you mine. So breathe again, my child. Lift your head again. Hope again. Because the version of you that thought healing would never come is slowly beginning to disappear, and a stronger, softer, wiser version of you is beginning to rise in its place. My child, after everything you have survived, I need you to begin looking forward again, not backward toward the pain, not backward toward the disappointment, but forward toward the new season I am quietly leading you into, because this chapter of your life will not feel like the last one forever. The confusion will not last forever. The heaviness will not last forever. The emotional exhaustion you have been carrying will not remain forever. A new season is coming. And no, it may not arrive all at once. Healing rarely happens in one sudden moment. Sometimes it unfolds slowly, like the sunrise after a long night, softly, quietly, one small breath of peace at a time. But hear me carefully now. Things are beginning to open again. Doors that once felt impossible will slowly begin to move. The clarity you have been praying for will start becoming stronger. The constant fear and overthinking that exhausted your mind will begin losing its grip on your spirit. You are going to feel lighter again, not because life suddenly becomes perfect, but because your soul will no longer carry the same weight in the same way. My child, I am restoring more than you realize. I am restoring your confidence after rejection, your peace after anxiety, your ability to trust after disappointment, your joy after sorrow, and even your ability to dream again after seasons where survival became your only focus. Listen carefully. You were never created just to survive life. You were created to live with peace, purpose, love, and hope. And slowly, I am awakening those things inside you again. There will come a morning when you wake up and realize your heart no longer feels trapped in the darkness it once carried. There will come a day when you laugh naturally again, instead of forcing smiles to hide your pain. There will come a season where peace feels more familiar than fear. And when that season arrives, You will finally understand why I asked you not to give up. My child, new doors are ahead of you. New relationships that feel safer. New conversations that bring clarity instead of confusion. New opportunities that align with the person you are becoming. New strength inside your spirit. New wisdom. New peace. Even now, your purpose is waking up again. Not the version of purpose built on pressure or proving yourself to others, but the deeper purpose that comes from healing, growth, compassion, and truth. Your pain gave you depth. Your struggles gave you understanding. Your survival gave you strength that cannot be taught through easy seasons alone. And one day, the same wounds that once made you feel isolated will become part of the reason you are able to bring comfort, wisdom, and hope to others. Nothing you survived was meaningless. Hear me clearly now, my child. You are not falling behind in life. Do not compare your timeline to people who are walking a completely different path. Do not measure your healing against someone else's journey. Do not assume silence means failure. Some of the most beautiful transformations happen quietly before anyone else can see them. And right now, even if you still feel uncertain at times, transformation is already happening inside you. The old version of you is slowly fading. The fearful version. The hopeless version. The version that believed pain would always win. And in its place, I am building someone stronger, softer, wiser, more peaceful, more grounded in truth. So keep going, my child, because the season ahead of you carries more peace than the season behind you, more clarity than confusion, more healing than heartbreak. And soon, very soon, you will begin to see that your life was never falling apart. It was slowly being rebuilt into something far more beautiful than you could imagine. My child, before this message comes to an end, there is one final truth I need you to hold deeply in your heart. You made it through. There were moments when you thought you wouldn't, moments when the pain felt too heavy, moments when exhaustion wrapped around your soul so tightly that you questioned whether you could keep going another day. And yet, here you are, still breathing, still listening, still searching for hope. That means something, my child. Do not overlook the strength it took to survive everything you have survived. You kept going after heartbreak, after disappointment, after silent battles nobody else fully understood, after nights where your own thoughts became exhausting, after carrying fears you never spoke out loud. And even when you felt weak, you continued forward. Hear me clearly now. You did not survive all of this for nothing. Every painful chapter shaped something inside you. Every storm revealed a strength you did not know you possessed. Every season of loneliness taught your soul how deeply it needed peace, truth, and healing. The pain that tried to break you transformed you instead. I know there were times when you asked me why the waiting lasted so long, why the heartbreak hurt so deeply, why certain doors closed, why life became so heavy all at once. But one day, my child, you will look back and realize that even in the hardest seasons, I was never punishing you. I was preparing you, preparing your heart, preparing your spirit, preparing your future. Because the version of you emerging from this season is not the same person who entered it. You are deeper now, wiser now, more compassionate, more aware of what truly matters. And even though the journey hurt, it awakened something powerful inside you. Listen carefully. Your tears mattered. Your prayers were heard. Your pain was seen. Not one moment of your suffering was invisible to me. When you cried in silence, I stayed beside you. When fear filled your mind, I held you together. When you felt abandoned by people, I never abandoned you. I carried you through every dark moment you thought would destroy you. And that is why you are still standing today. So lift your head now, my child, not because the journey was easy, but because you survived it. Not because you never felt broken, but because the broken pieces did not have the final word over your life. Healing will have the final word. Peace will have the final word. Hope will have the final word. And the story of your life is not ending in pain. It is unfolding into transformation. One day, you will speak about this season not only with tears, but with wisdom. Not only with sadness, but with gratitude for the strength it built inside you. because what once looked like destruction was actually the beginning of your rebuilding. And my child, hear this deeply before we continue. The fact that you survived means your purpose is still alive. My child, if this message has spoken to your heart tonight, I want you to do something before you leave. Comment, God carried me through. Because sometimes you need to remind yourself how far you've already come. You survived days you thought would break you completely, and you are still here. And if you are choosing to step into this new season with faith instead of fear, right? I will keep believing. Let those words become a declaration over your life. Also, if there is someone in your life who feels exhausted, discouraged, or silently hurting right now, share this message with them. You never know who may need this reminder tonight that they are not alone, not forgotten, and not beyond healing. And my child, if these daily messages of peace, hope, and encouragement have become part of your healing journey, subscribe and stay close to this community, because there are still more words your heart needs to hear, more healing ahead of you, more peace waiting for you, and more reminders that God is still walking beside you through every season of your life. Now stay with me for one final moment, because before this message ends, I want to leave your heart with peace. My child, before you close this message, I want you to take one slow, deep breath. Let your shoulders relax. Let your heart become still for a moment. You do not have to carry the weight of tomorrow tonight. You have carried enough for too long. So rest now. Not because every question has already been answered, not because every problem has disappeared overnight, but because you no longer need to face your battles believing you are alone. I am still with you. In the quiet moments, in the uncertain moments, in the healing moments that are still unfolding little by little inside your heart. And my child, I know you are tired. I know this season stretched you in ways nobody else fully understands. But I also know something you cannot fully see yet. You are going to be okay. Not because life will suddenly become perfect, but because you are becoming stronger, wiser, and more deeply rooted than before. The storm did not destroy you. The heartbreak did not erase your worth. The waiting did not cancel your future. Your story is still unfolding. There are still peaceful mornings ahead of you, still unexpected joy waiting for you, still healing moments your heart has not experienced yet, still laughter that will feel genuine again. Still people who will love you gently. Still hope that will rise stronger than fear. So tonight, let your soul breathe again. Release the pressure to have everything figured out immediately. Release the fear that your best days are behind you. Release the belief that pain will define the rest of your life, because it will not. This season was never sent to destroy you, my child. It came to transform you, to deepen you, to awaken parts of your spirit that comfort alone could never awaken. And even now, healing is still happening within you, quietly, softly, one moment at a time. So rest tonight knowing this: you are loved, you are seen, you are carried, and you are not forgotten. I have walked beside you through every storm before this moment, and I will continue walking beside you through every season ahead. Your story is not over. The light is still coming. And my child, the peace you have been praying for is closer than you think. My child, before you close this message, I want you to take one slow, deep breath. Let your shoulders relax. Let your heart become still for a moment. You do not have to carry the weight of tomorrow tonight. You have carried enough for too long, so rest now. Not because every question has already been answered, not because every problem has disappeared overnight, but because you no longer need to face your battles believing you are alone. I am still with you, in the quiet moments, in the uncertain moments, in the healing moments that are still unfolding little by little inside your heart. And my child, I know you are tired. I know this season stretched you in ways nobody else fully understands. But I also know something you cannot fully see yet. You are going to be okay. Not because life will suddenly become perfect, but because you are becoming stronger, wiser, and more deeply rooted than before. The storm did not destroy you. The heartbreak did not erase your worth. The waiting did not cancel your future. Your story is still unfolding. There are still peaceful mornings ahead of you. Still unexpected joy waiting for you. Still healing moments your heart has not experienced yet. Still laughter that will feel genuine again. Still people who will love you gently. Still hope that will rise stronger than fear. So tonight, let your soul breathe again. Release the pressure to have everything figured out immediately. Release the fear that your best days are behind you. Release the belief that pain will define the rest of your life. Because it will not. This season was never sent to destroy you, my child. It came to transform you, to deepen you, to awaken parts of your spirit that comfort alone could never awaken. And even now, healing is still happening within you, quietly, softly, one moment at a time. So rest tonight knowing this: you are loved, you are seen, you are carried, and you are not forgotten. I have walked beside you through every storm before this moment, and I will continue walking beside you through every season ahead. Your story is not over. The light is still coming. And my child, the peace you have been praying for is closer than you think.